This week we talked about comprehensive professional development planning and evaluation. And we learned a little bit more about Guskey's model of teacher change. Um, what he basically said is that the reason professional developments fail is because they don't make teachers believers. It's essentially what I gather. When you make the teacher believers of what it is that you're doing or trying to do, then they'll be more than happy to do it. So basically, them being able to see it successfully done in implementation and seeing the impact, positive impact on student change or student outcomes, student learning outcomes. The main purpose of professional development is to continue the continuous learning that is required of an educator. And it essentially should be tied in some way, shape, or form to student achievement. So it's that ongoing um, quest or thirst of knowledge to continuously grow in this profession and to be better at our crafts. And it should be some way tied to student learning. The backwards planning is basically beginning with the end in mind. It keeps the purpose and the focus of the professional development in at the forefront. So sometimes even in lesson planning, we can get all caught up in everything else aside from what it is that we want students to know and be able to do. And this backwards planning idea works the same way when designing a professional development activity. What is it that we want the students to ultimately be able to do and know from learning how to implement something new? So keeping that in mind from the back to the front keeps planning more efficient. I would say some areas that teachers don't necessarily need to, or people don't need to evaluate student learning based on professional development. It's just going to be kind of like your new software, your learning management system, training, some of the tools that teachers are using daily to get the job done that may have an impact on student learning, but maybe not a direct impact on student learning, just the day to day operations of our job. Systems should provide or conduct system wide evaluations just to make sure to legitimize the money being spent on professional development. So, if the purpose is to affect student outcomes, then there should be some measures put into place to justify the money that's being spent in certain areas. If we're spending money to do these things, what impact are they having on student learning? And that helps to justify matters, especially when it comes to spending, and it helps to know, are we doing what we need to do to directly impact student outcomes?